how social media reminds us to check on your strong friend? Well, here I am to check on you to make sure you're getting in your self-care. Are you? You're going to definitely want to make sure you watch today's Cute Chat. Let's go. Hey, I'm Jamie, the creator of ClothCuties.com, a site designed to encourage you to cloth diaper your baby. From an infant through the toddler years, I've got the tips and tricks you need to simplify your cloth diapering experience. Hey everybody, I hope you guys are doing well. Man, today's Cute Chat is a powerful one. I don't know about you, but sometimes as a mom and a wife, and just as a whole human woman, I have a hard time taking time for me and doing the things that, I need to do to be able to give my family, my friends, my business, like every facet of me, my best. Self-care for me sucks. And hopefully you're not as bad off as I am. But if you are, you're going to make sure you watch every second of today's Cute Chat because we are talking with Lauren from Blackscriptions. Blackscriptions is a self-care box on autopilot. I'm going to let Lauren tell you all about that because she does a much better description than I do. But sis, if self-care is an area that you're weak on, today we're going to define it, get clarity on it, and show you easy, simple things you can do to make more time for yourself. Let's go. Hey, Cloth Cuties fam. Okay, today's Cute Chat is going to be amazing because today I have Lauren with Blackscriptions on, and y'all, when I tell you about Blackscriptions, y'all about to get excited because we're in March. It's Women's History Month, and we all know women have a lot of achievements that contribute to our daily lives, but y'all, we got to take care of ourselves so that we can keep doing amazing things. And that's what I'm going to talk to Lauren about today. She has Blackscriptions, which is a self-care brand, and I probably just won't even do it justice. So I'm going to say, Lauren, take over the mic and tell the people about you, about what you're doing with Blackscriptions, and what you're building.
Absolutely. So first, I just want to say thank you, Jamie, and thank you, Cloth Cuties, for having me. I love Cloth Cuties. I was not a cloth diapering mama, but I still love it. And anytime I know somebody who's about to have a baby, I'm like, you got to check out Cloth Cuties because you got to consider cloth diapering your baby. So I want to say thank you to you. And so a little bit about me. So my name is Lauren. I am the founder and creator of Blackscriptions. Blackscriptions is a quarterly curated self-care and lifestyle subscription box featuring Black-owned businesses. And so what we do is we want to introduce consumers to various Black-owned businesses. So right now we are offering the Black Wax Blackscription, and that features all things wax. So you'll get candles, you'll get wax melts, you'll get candle holders, you'll even get a box of matches. But everything in the box is made by Black-owned businesses. So that's what we do. And what you said, Jamie, is absolutely correct about self-care, right? Like we have to make sure, especially as mamas, but we just have to make sure that we are pouring into ourselves because we're pouring into a lot of people on a daily basis.
Ooh, so true. And on that note, she mentioned two things, candles and matches, and I'm going to have to light my Blackscription. I actually subscribe to Blackscriptions. And if y'all can see that, oops, wrong way. I will post a picture of this in the video, but I'm gonna light. I got my quarterly box for this quarter. It's all about love and romance, and baby, these candles are setting some moods. Okay, this one is vacation, and I'm really a fan of like real clean scents, and this is hitting. So I'm about to light my candle for this Cute Chat and set the stage for vacation. I'm loving this, Lauren. I love what you do with your boxes. The candles are like so high quality. They smell so good. Yeah, everybody should have
thank you so much.
A Blackscription box in their life. So, kind of like what we were talking about. Let's start here, Lauren, because one of the things, like you said, you did not cloth diaper, but we can level set on. You and I are both moms. We both have two kids around the same age, and let's just talk about your diapering experience in general. What was something that with your diapering experience just challenged you, or what did you love about it?
Okay, so I'm a girl, right? So when I grew up, I had Cabbage Patch Kids, right? And we would diaper those babies, right? Like we would use regular disposable diapers or we'd use cloth diapers, right? So I was like, when I had kids, I was like, I know how to diaper a baby. Like I got this. I did not have it. I, struggled because my first child was a boy. I didn't know anything about, having to push his little pee, all the things, right? That you just don't know. And so you just kind of have to learn on the fly. I had a bazillion blowouts because again, like, trying to figure this out and really trying to use a product that everybody and every baby is different and they're sized differently. And we're trying to do a one size fits all with these diapers, right? And so I had to really figure out how to manipulate the diapers. And it took me a while. It took me a couple of months to manipulate the diapers so that we wouldn't have blowouts, so that he wouldn't, I wouldn't be changing diapers 20 times, in 2 hours because I was doing it wrong. So I actually did struggle initially with diapering. But then when I realized that everybody's different, like just because this is the traditional way to put a diaper on a baby, all babies are different. All babies move differently. And so I learned how to manipulate my diaper. And everybody's like, what are you doing? Why are you diapering him this way? And I'm like, trust me, it works. So, I mean, I learned a lot about diapering with disposable diapers. I was just not brave enough to be honest, to even think about cloth diapering. I knew that you were doing cloth diapering and I really took my hat off to you, but it was something that was just so frightening, right? But now that I'm on the other side of it, but also now that you have your channel and you're doing that education piece, when I have grandkids, I'm going to definitely say, hey guys, let's think about cloth diapering our babies, because this is a resource that I wish I would have had when I was going through the diapering journey that I went through.
And you like literally said a mouthful, because the learning curve, the challenges, like those are things that no matter what you do, girls growing up playing with dolls is not the same as diapering a real life moving little individual. And it takes it, you have to learn it across the board. And so there's like no escaping, and that's one of the commonalities that I think, disposable moms and cloth diaper moms both have to just really give each other grace on, that you have to learn how to care for a whole human. That's just,
yeah.
And like, you can prepare all you want, you can have as many nieces and nephews as you want. There is nothing like having your own baby at 2 o'clock in the morning trying to figure out the diaper in the dark. It's just a common struggle all the way around.
Absolutely, totally a struggle.
Mm-hmm. So, thank you for sharing that, because that hit on actually a whole bunch of points. So thank you for sharing that. So let's talk about self-care. And I really want you to define this thing for us, Lauren, because I recently had the opportunity to be on one of your live chats, and so one of my friends was watching, and she was like, I was laughing at you because self-care is a big struggle for me, like to the point where like I don't even, some days I don't even know what's fun to me. Like I know what's fun to my kids, I know what my husband enjoys, but like defining that for me is very, very difficult. And so kind of educate us, Lauren, like what is self-care, and does it have to be like this prescribed thing that, we define it as? Like, tell us.
So, Jamie, that is an excellent question. And all the research that I've done and all the reading that I've done about self-care, sometimes it's very prescriptive. And that's just not the type of self-care that I personally buy into, because we're all different and we've all got a lot of things going on. Like it's great if you can take a Sunday and, read a book and take a hot bath, for 3 or 4 hours. That's great for you, but that's just not what my life holds, right? And so I think that self-care is very individualistic, and we all have to figure out what that means to us. Some days for me, that means taking a long shower. So instead of taking a 5-minute shower, I take a 15-minute shower, and that's all the self-care that I get. And that's what it is, right? Or some days I'm able to, listen to a podcast, and I might be able to take a nap. It just depends on the day, but we always should try to steal, even if it's just 5 minutes, try to steal a couple of minutes to yourself. And I'll say this, I know a lot of people say, Going on social media, that's not self-care. If that's what you can do, then that's what you can do. If you can stay through 5 minutes scrolling along on Instagram and you're able to kind of decompress just for 5 minutes, then that's your form of self-care. It just depends on who you are, where you are in your life, and what you can fit into your schedule.
That's gonna set a whole bunch of people free, Lauren, because it really can just be 5 minutes. Because and that's sometimes all you can still. I have become a fan of when my kids go to bed, I take really long showers, like extremely long showers. And sometimes I'm not even in the water. I'm just sitting in the bathroom with the door closed, scrolling on TikTok is my thing, laughing. And like that's just the time that I get to kind of calm down and then I can think. Or sometimes I'm in the shower thinking about Cloth Cuties and what the next thing is for us. But long showers has been the thing that I can consistently do. Because we all need showers, but then, just letting the water just play in the background, It's such a hard thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even if it's just you rocking out in the car if you drop your kids off from school, it's just, it can be a short thing. And it's great if you've got more time, but sometimes we don't. And we just have to, take those moments that we have and make them count.
Absolutely. And I like that. Stealing the moments away and making them count. That's what we're gonna do in 2022.
Absolutely.
I like what you said. Do you have any other suggestions about like quick self-care things that people can do that aren't common?
I would say some of the things, okay, I'll tell you what I do sometimes that, people are like, what? So like, I'm still working from home, right? So sometimes I need to take a minute. And so I will literally walk around the block. And my husband's like, that only took you 3 minutes. And I'm like, yeah, but that 3 minute walk around the block, let me decompress. So I'll do that. I love to rock out in the car after I drop the kids off from school or listen to a podcast, especially a podcast about, small businesses or Black owned businesses, or, listen to Cloth Cuties. Like that again, it's only, 15 minutes from the time I drop my kids off to the time I get back home. But it's just those little things. Another thing that I like to do, but it does take a lot more time, is I'm a baker. So I really like to bake because for me, making something, creating something, one, but also making something that's a treat for my kids. That's another form of self-care for me that I really, really enjoy doing. But again, that takes a little bit more time.
Yeah, those are great ideas because especially when I start to think about in Women's History Month, making sure that we take care of ourselves. A quick walk is so doable. And it doesn't take a lot of effort. It doesn't take a lot of pre-planning. Like, y'all stay here with dad. You have a safe adults. I'm going to walk away.
Right, exactly. And sometimes you need to walk away, right? So, I mean, absolutely.
Yeah, I love that. If you had to surmise, why do you think it is so hard for moms to prioritize themselves?
So that great question. And I think that it's because women, that superwoman mentality, like we want to be all things to all people. And it's just kind of innate in who we are. We want to be good mothers, we want to be good wives, we want to be good friends, we want to be, good siblings, we want to be good community members, right? So we want to be good workers. We have this thing about, at least in my opinion, like women want to, please people, and we want to make people happy, and we want to make people know that we care for them, right? And so how do we show that? It's with our time and it's with our love. But when we do that, we pour into all these people in our community and all these things that we poured out everything, right? And we don't have enough, we don't have anything left for ourselves because we're worried about everybody else. We want to make everybody happy. We want to make sure everybody knows that we love them and that we care for them, and that we just don't have enough time for ourselves. And so as women, we have to steal that time back. Even if it is only 15 minutes, you got to do it, because you won't be able to pour out and pour into others if you are lacking yourself.
Absolutely. Oh, that is such a good point. And I think that was something that just resonates across the board. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So fill it up. And do you have a special time that you like to do self-care? Like, I know you said the walk, but like, is morning your time to like rejuvenate, or so that you can, have a good, that you can be full so you can give to others? Do you have a special time?
So I do have a special time. So usually I wake up between 4:30 and 5 o'clock in the morning. And so I get up, I'll start my day, and I usually try to start with either, some meditation, or I do yoga. And so I do that for 30 minutes. And then after that, then I start working on Blackscriptions. Well, lately my children they feel that I'm getting things accomplished. So they've now started to wake up at like 5:30. So at least I get my yoga and my meditation in, but then I don't get the rest of my Blackscriptions work in. But for me, until recently, I really like to wake up early before my family is awake and kind of do those things and for myself before they wake up, so that when they wake up, they've got my full attention and that I'm ready to go.
That's good. And I'm the exact opposite. So I'm a night owl. So my time is I started off with my long shower, and then usually kind of like the same thing you said. I like to listen to podcasts. Small business podcasts definitely energize me for working on Cloth Cuties. And so like I stay up a lot later. So like I'm up till midnight, sometimes 1 o'clock. Grinding, but it feels good because I've like taken that time to relax, and now I'm doing something I enjoy, and then I go to bed and we like start the day all over again. But I do think it's important to kind of know who you are and find that time that you can consistently kind of give back to you, aside from like the 5 minutes that you can steal away for yourself.
Yep. Absolutely. And one thing that I also want to say, I said the thing about scrolling through Instagram, but even if it's you doing some self-care by sitting on the couch and watching Netflix, I think a lot of times people try to make social media or watching TV, make that out to be a negative, right? And sometimes I do stay up late and I do just veg out on Netflix because I'm tired, right? And so sometimes that is my form of self-care. So I just want to make sure people know, like, don't let people judge your self-care journey. It's your self-care journey. It's not anybody else's. And you do what you need to do to make yourself feel full.
I love that. We're going to normalize and embrace all the forms of self-care.
Yes.
No matter how.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Right. I'm telling you, yes. Lauren, this is a word. It's a word. So we kind of touched on this, and we'll just see if anything new pops in your head. So when you think about going back to Women's History Month, do you believe that our achievements as women, just stopping there, full stop there, as just being a woman, could be higher if we took the time to embrace and find what our self-care regimen looked like?
That is a great question. And you know what? I think the answer for me would be yes. And I think it's because if we look at our male counterparts, right? Men take what they need. So if men need a break, they take a break. If men need, if they take what they need. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that women, and as women, we need to be more deliberate, and we need to just take what we need. We need self-care. Self-care is what is going to rejuvenate us for the next chapter. We just have to take it. I think that if women were more in tune with taking what they needed, taking the time they needed, and saying, husband, or whomever, you need to watch the kids, or I need a break, right? If we would just do that more often, and it's okay to do that, because we all need a break, and know that it's okay. I think that women would, we would be in a very different place. But again, it's kind of innate in who we are. We are caregivers, right? We care for, that's what we do. We care for people. We care for our community. So it's very hard for us to take what we need, but we have to start doing that.
Yeah, because we give and nurture, but we don't take as much as we definitely don't take as much as we give. So,
right, yeah. Exactly.
That's a beautiful point. So, to that point, Lauren, I think you've dropped so many gems in such a short amount of time. I think we are going to tell the people where they can find you, tell them how they can buy a Blackscription box, because if you are needing help on your self-care journey, this is one thing you can set on autopilot. And I know a lot of times we have our hands in so many pots. So getting a box in the mail that has your name on it, that smells good, that's one form of self-care that you can kind of scratch off your list and then just enjoy. Yep. So tell Lauren, tell them how they can find you.
You can find us at blackscriptions.com. Also, we are on Facebook and on Instagram, and it's just at Blackscriptions. And you can go to our website and you can grab yourself a black wax Blackscription, which again is all things wax. So you'll get candles, wax melts, you'll get candle holders, you get all things wax on a quarterly basis. And literally, we will deliver a box of happiness right to your doorstep. So check us out. We would, if you have any questions, let us know. But, put your self-care journey on auto. It's one of the best things that I've ever done. And I'm so glad to hear, Jamie, that you are enjoying it as well.
Oh yeah, I am. I'm currently enjoying it. This candle smells so delightful. Even talking about self-care and just talking to another mom, like it just kind of lowers your stress level, because there's so many commonalities that we share in motherhood and in womanhood, and just being able to kind of share those and talk about them, it really just decreases your level of stress, because there's so many things on our plate. So I really enjoyed this cute chat. Thank you for coming on and chatting with me. This has really been amazing. Oh my goodness. Y'all have to tell me in the comments below, what was your favorite nugget from that? I know one thing that I am taking and putting into my spirit, it's going to just become a part of me, is that I need to find what I need and take what I need. That's something men folk do very easily. They take what they need. They're very clear and intentional about it. But us moms, we have to carve out the time to do that. So this week, I'm going to practice taking what I need. Taking that long shower without hesitation, like not thinking about it, or doing whatever I need to do, finding 5 minutes to walk around. Whew. Lauren really dropped some gems about what self-care is and how it looks, because it's way more than us going to get pampered at a nail salon. I used to think that that's what I need to do for self-care, but today's chat has helped enlighten me about that, and I hope it's enlightened you too. If you have found something that you enjoyed in this video today, make sure that you click the link in the description box below and sign up for our email list. As I tip out, make sure that you subscribe so you never miss another video, because honey, you don't want to miss more powerful, cute chats like this. All right, guys, talk to you soon. Bye.